Hey guys, coming to you live, me and Sunny here, and today we're going to talk about something that I heard from a podcast from one of my favorite ladies. Her name is Brooke Castillo, and it's episode 212 if you're curious, and it's called Simple Solutions. So in this podcast episode, she talked about simple solutions to the problems that we have, and she came up with four steps to figure out how to have simple solutions for any kind of problem you're experiencing in your life. Let me just turn off commenting. There we go. So if you have any kind of comments, any kind of questions, just after this live video, DM me, personal message me, and I'll get back to you. I'm like a squirrel and I get distracted when there's comments going on. So I just need it to be just me talking to you. So the 4 steps that she talked about was to first obviously identify your problem. The second step she talked about is to then identify the cause of the problem. The third step is to fix the problem. And how can you fix the problem? And the fourth step is to solve the cause of the problem. So she talked way more in depth than I'm going to talk about and I think it's important to listen to her episode if you're curious on how she puts it. She's really good at breaking things down, giving examples and another example, and then relating it back to you and how you can apply it to your life. So again, her name is Brooke Castillo, episode 212. So the first thing and I'll give her one example that she talks about. So the first example she talked about was that, say your arm hurts. So you go to the doctor, you tell the doctor that your arm hurts. Typically what people do when they have problems is that they just try to fix the problem. So the doctor might just give pain meds, and I'm not saying all doctors do this, it's just an example or an analogy to anything in life. You know, a lot of people just put Band-Aids on things. They don't go to the root cause of the problem. They're only trying to fix the problem that day and be done with it. So when your arm hurts, you get pain meds and, you fix the problem for the day, but then the next day you wake up, you're like, what in the world? Why does my arm still hurt? It's because you haven't fixed the root cause of the problem. So then she talked about how you have to identify the cause of the problem. Why does your arm hurt? Well, the doctor should have asked that, and you would explain that you you fell and you twisted your arm, or you broke your arm. And then she talked about, and I know this analogy seems so simple, but it makes sense. So then the doctor would realize, we have to treat you instead for a broken arm, not just for pain. And then you can in the long run, you'll be able to solve the pain of your arm instead of taking pain meds, only helping you for that day. So if you were to apply this to your real life, let's say you're stressed. So the problem is you wake up stressed every day. Most people just try to fix that problem with overeating, with overanalyzing things, with just having episodes of crying, or building up to anxiety, venting to friends, just talking about this problem that you have, just that you're stressed all the time, that you're busy all the time. Whatever it is, whatever problem you define in your life, usually it's something that you're talking about often, and because you haven't gotten to the root cause of it, you keep on talking about it, And so for me, right away I think of I have normal stress every day, I guess, like a lot of people have. And some days I have just fixed the problem. I go to the pantry, I just eat whatever I want, and I used to be way worse at this. Now I'm way better, now that I'm starting to think about why I do what I do, and think about what I'm putting in my body, and is it going to really fix the problem that's going on. For a little bit, it might feel like it does, but tomorrow, that problem's still there. Eating food has not helped fix the problem. Keeping it inside and not talking to someone about it does not fix the problem. What would be another example? Drinking, it doesn't fix the problem, and it might sound woo-woo or whatever. I think she talked about that. Yeah, she did talk about that, or maybe that was another podcast episode. It might seem woo-woo to look inside yourself and really get to the root cause of the problem, but that's what we have to do. I'm not saying no one. I'm saying a lot of people just go with and I'm saying this because I did it. You just go with the flow. You put it to the side. I used to put my stress as a teacher that I experienced to the side because I thought, oh, it's not a big deal. I'm just overanalyzing things. Other teachers are doing everything just fine. So I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I just kept telling myself that. So it fixed the problem for that day, but over time, I've noticed, almost seasonally, I just break because I've been putting, certain stressful things to the side, and I'm not thinking about what is the cause of my stress. And maybe I have to get even more specific. I have to think about, okay, if the cause of my stress, daily stress, is my teaching, okay, what is stressful about teaching? Is it my classroom management? Is it teaching math? Is it, whatever? So I have to think about, I definitely have to do more work on this to get to the root cause of this. And it's pretty complex, but I love how she called this episode Simple Solutions, because really all of our problems and the cause of them are simple solutions. We're just not taking action and getting these solutions for ourselves. So let's go back to the example of breaking your arm. To fix the problem, the doctor would give pain meds, but a simple solution would just be to get a cast, and that's it, right? Obviously, it's not that simple. It doesn't seem that simple when you're talking about stress. So for me, when I did some digging on this myself, I do feel stressed with teaching. I know that's common for a lot of teachers. If you're a teacher, message me and let me know why you're stressed at your job. Go through these steps, send me a message, and let me know what you come up with. So again, the first thing to do is figure out what is the problem. So what is the biggest problem you face every day? Is it maybe a relationship with someone? Maybe it's also stress at your job. Maybe it's with overeating. So maybe you think overeating is your problem. That's fine, you can do that too. Because like I said earlier, some people might you might have to think backwards, because you might be fixing a problem with overeating. So why are you overeating? Maybe you're trying to fix, or you think it's because you're stressed. So think first, what is the problem that you're facing every day? What do you want to fix? The second thing is to try to figure out what's the cause of the problem. So why are you stressed? Why are you overeating? If you're overeating because you're stressed, okay, so what? Then you go to why you're stressed. Just keep asking yourself why. Why am I doing this? What's going on in my life that's causing this? The third thing is to see where you're trying to just fix the problem. Maybe with overeating, drinking, venting, holding it inside, and just shrugging it off and not thinking it's a big deal. And then the fourth thing is to solve the cause of the problem. So no more Band-Aids, no more overeating, no more restricting, whatever you're doing. No more working out really hard for a week and then stopping. You're not fixing the problem anymore. You got to get to that root cause of it. What is the problem, and let's figure out how to solve the cause of why you're doing it. So for me, real quick, I'll just go through what I wrote down for myself. The first thing I put down is, I just feel overwhelmed about everything. I rush, can't seem to fully relax during the day. And that's what I felt at the time when I wrote this down, what my problem is every day. Second thing I wrote down was, why do I think that's what do I think the cause of that is? So I think the cause of that is I feel like time always seems like it's flying by. I'm constantly looking at the clock and like, oh my gosh, that took way longer than I thought it did. Almost with everything I do, like even getting ready in the morning. So I tend to rush everything I do. I don't feel like I am when I compare myself to others or where I'd like to be. Why did I write that down? Sorry, I'm not sure why I wrote that down. I don't see how that relates to anything. Okay, so that was step 2. The third step is to, what am I doing to just fix the problem instead of solving the cause of the problem? So I've come up with new affirmations. I come up with finding motivational quotes, blog posts out there that I listen to so many podcasts. I try to do breathing exercises. I try to just lay down and meditate. I journal, I read, and I try to just relax, but it's every morning it still doesn't go away, that rush feeling I get to just go and get things done. And not wanting to relax. I just keep doing stuff. And then I wrote down what she wants us to do, which is solve the cause of the problem. So I thought the cause of my stress was that, I just want to do well at everything. And I don't want to waste time. So I wrote down that to remind myself that I can't control time. I had to remind myself I can't control time and I can't be amazing at everything. I wrote down that to stop comparing myself to others. So it's things that I would tell you guys all the time, and I'm not even practicing them myself. So yeah, I think my stress is all because I'm comparing myself to others, and I'm even comparing myself to, where I think I should be or where I want to be, and I'm not there yet, and that's what's causing all the stress. So I hope you liked her ideas. I really like them because it really just makes you think, like, why you do what you do and why you're stressed, instead of just grabbing a glass of wine to deal with your stressful day. It doesn't make your days easier, by no means, but that's why I'm here, to give you motivation, inspiration to reach your goals and just kill it. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I will save this and post it on my YouTube channel if you miss it. And I'll be posting it on my Facebook like page at Pencils and Planks. So again, if you liked what you heard, or you have any insight or any other questions, please just message me. Bye, guys.